Welcome. Starting on number 39, Jeremy Carter. Number 40, Jason Rudolph. Number 41, Don Frelwitz. Number 43, Doug Paul. Number 58, Dan Radloff. Number 88, Lance Jupper. Number 89, Justin Wetzel. And number 95, Jamie Fallon. The head coach is Grady Rosberg. His assistants, Denny Luke, Bruce Rosenau, Dan Brinkman, Dave Larson, and Andy Rosberg. Starting on offense for the Trojans. Number 1, Simon Kala. Number 4, Dave Knight. Number 30, Joe Deichelborg. Number 32, Kurt Stangler. Number 50, Chad Simon. Number 55, Jason Fleckenpole. Number 66, Kate Peterson. Number 77, Paul Halasek. Number 79, Andy Bisek. Number 80, Tom Toopy. Number 90, Paul Crudeville. The Trojan head coach is Dan O'Brien. His assistants, Steve Collins, Steve Lang, Ron Gunderson, and Jason Gagnes. The Tigers won the toss. They deferred.
Good evening, everyone. This is Ward Haugen along with Don Hanson for the Hutchinson Community Video Network. Tonight we're bringing you the Hutchinson Tiger football game between the Hutchinson Tigers and the New Prague Trojans. Don, the Tigers come into this game with a 4-1 record. Big upset last week against Northfield, and the Trojans are 3-2 so far on the season.
Right, and New Prague, of course, has always been a strong football tradition down there. Hutchinson feels as though that they've got, over the years, done very well in football. Well, New Prague have been the state champions as well in, I think, 1985, year after Hutch won it. And they've got a tremendous record over the past 10, 15 years. Duke O'Brien, their coach, Ward, is a very outstanding coach, and he always is very up to the task. And of course, last year, who could forget that big, I think it went 80-some yards pass play to Brexville, their freshman and their sophomore and at that time, after the Hutchinson player had tipped the ball, and he was able to go all the way for the score and make his point conversion. And Hutchinson lost that lead 15-14 right here at Township.
And that cost the Tigers the home field advantage for the playoffs. Very possibly cost them a trip to the Dome. I think if we had the opportunity to play Delano at home, I really think we'd have beat them. Well, we're ready to get underway here. Kicking off for the Tigers will be Scott Hankey, one of the leading kickers in the state. Gets a good kick away. The Tigers won the toss and deferred, so they'll have the option to receive. See the kick returned and tackle made on about the 26-yard line.
Adam Geary, I think, was the #1 tackler on that. Number 11, he'll start at 1 of the quarter. Watch tonight, Ward. We got 2 new tackles. Danny Radloff, a sophomore, and Wetzel is going to play down tonight, and Carter's going to come in. Number 39 will be playing that inside linebacker.
Okay, the big change there, of course, Carter had been playing fullback all season, and he goes to offense. So the Trojans come up, they run out of a kind of a T formation there, and that plays stacked up in the middle of the line, no gain at all to speak of.
Right, and I think the chief tackler on that was number 79, no, it must have been McGraw.
Joe Deichelborg on the carry.
Thought it was McGraw, but it's,
Jeremy
take
Carter.
a look again. Must have been 89.
Wetzel and Radloff, 2 down linemen there.
Gain of 1 will bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the Tigers were a little bit concerned with their defense after the game last week, and so they did institute some changes.
Quarterback for the New Prague Trojans is Doug Oster. Oster, a 5'9" junior. There's a handoff. Running back carries the ball. Strangler carried it for 4 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd and 6.
Once again, too, this evening, the Tigers flip-flop their 2 outside linebacker, Donnie Krelowitz, will be playing the wide-sided field tonight, and
Coaches with
Jason
the 3rd and
Rudolph,
5.
number 40, will be playing the tight side over there, the near sideline, and that's opposite than they did last week. So the Tigers are looking for some new variations on their defense.
Yeah, I just spoke to the quarterback as Knight, the senior. And he rolls, drop backs, and rolls to his right, tries to pass over on the far sideline, and it was caught, but I believe caught out of bounds by Stangler.
Bring up 4th down then, and about 4 good defensive series for the Tigers. They were over and covered that little short pass. I think if the Tigers have their brothers on this board, that they'll try and force New Prague into passing situations.
There's a snap, and the kick is away. Tigers take it on the run, fake the handoff, and Krelowitz stumbled over that white line, the way it would appear. And the Tigers will take over at about the 46-yard line.
Looked like he had some room to run there too, Ward. I'm not sure what did trip him up there. Maybe it was just one of the down linemen coming downfield just barely got a foot on the play.
Okay, Sauter brings the Tigers up. And the first handoff goes to Zemer. He's got a little running room on the outside here. Turns the corner, gets down across midfield, and he picks up about 13 yards on that carry.
Well, that beat the longest run that Zemer had last week against Northfield, and so the Tigers come out right away and show a little inside fake, and then send Zemer wide to the right side. Got a good block over there from this side. The end on this side, I believe, was Gallus that rushed that inside linebacker.
Yeah, they move the stakes, get the ball down to, I believe, the 41-yard line. Hand off to Henke, Josh Henke taking over at fullback. Carter moving to defense. Henke will play the fullback most of the night on offense.
And number 30 for New Prague, Dijkschumboer, 6 foot, 215-pound lineman, made the tackle in there. And New Prague has some big people up front, and I think the Tigers feel they're going to have to use a mix of the run. They're going to try and establish the run. If you do that, it makes the passing game work for it.
2nd and 7 from about the 38. Sauter brings him up once again. And fakes the handoff. Option play. Good play by Sauter as he faked out the quarterback. He's down inside the 20 to about the 15. Make it the 14-yard line. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds. Looks like they get him down.
Kurt Stangler defending for the
We'll have to
Trojans.
wait and see where they end up marking the ball. Looks like about the 8-yard line. So a 26-yard gain there by Sauter on the option.
12-yard line. Just outside the 10.
Right, 12-yard line. Where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
That was a nice fake by Sauter there. He really froze the defensive end and cut inside of him and went all the way down to the 12.
Watch for Zemer on this play, coming back to the near side. There's a handoff to Zemer. He cuts off the right tackle and blows into the end zone. Touchdown for Eric Zemer. 12-yard run with 9 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. The Tigers take possession on their own 46-yard line, and in just 4 plays, 4 all on the ground, they move 54 yards for the touchdown.
Must have had some very good line blocking in there, Ward. I know I can see there's number 67. That's Scott Lang, the 5 foot 470-pound guard. He blew some people out of there. Damon Cornell at center has been doing a good job. Mitch Schmidt at one tackle, Ben Sandelman at the other tackle, and Gallus, and we'll have to catch who was playing that left end on that series.
There's a snap on the extra point. The kick is up, and I believe it's good. So the Tigers quickly and very smartly, Don, move out in front 7-0. And there was no doubt who had control of the line of scrimmage there. They had a 26-yard run, a 13-yard run, and a 12-yard touchdown run.
Right, so the Tigers on offense doing the job there. I'm sure Coach Rosberg just past week kind of gave them a little lecture on staying with their blocks a little longer.
Henke with a good kick, taking it about the 15-yard line, and moving up, and running back there just kind of stumbled over the pile. That was Kurt Stangler again, 6 foot 290-pounder, tough to take down. Prelowitz was the tackler. Give him credit for the tackle on that play.
So the second series here, and they start from their own 30-yard line. Tigers had the win here in the first quarter.
30-yard line. First and 10 for the Trojans for New Prague. Tigers lead it early, 7-0. Hand off to Stangler, and he's got a little bit of running room. Breaks a tackle at about the 25-yard line and moves it out to the 29. Excuse me, that was about the 30-yard line, and he moves it to the 34.
Kurt Stangler on
He got 9 yards on that. So second and 1. See the chains over there.
Read that chain right, looks like we're on the 39-yard line. Second and 1, that's correct. 39-yard line brings up second and 1. Got a wing back over here to the near side. He kind of cocks in, is able to go up or downfield. Little off tackle play. Pick up a couple of yards.
Trelowitz and
88. Jeffer in on that tackle.
The Trojans have 2 tremendous ends. I know that one is Paul Kretschville. His brother plays university, 6'3", 220. And the other guy is Tom Tupi, also 11th grader at 6'2" and 218. It's like college ends.
Big size, to be sure. Another running play down the middle on a 5-yard gain there. Carrying the ball was number 30 that time, Joe Dickelborn. Ball out to the New Prague 46-yard line. Ready to move a little bit on offense. Tigers just 3 downs and punt on their last series. Fake the handoff one way, the counter is rough and rolling, and the Tigers stack that up nicely at the line of scrimmage. I believe it was Koenig. That Koenig who made the initial hit, and he wasn't able to finish off the tackle, but Dave destroyed the play, and then the linebackers and the quarterbacks came up and finished it off.
I would say that Dave Koenig has probably been the most consistent defensive player for the Tigers this season. He's been in on a tremendous number of plays.
I think perhaps loss of a yard to bring up a 3rd and 5. Dropping back pass, big rush, and coming in there to really break up that play was number 95, Jamie Fallon. As the reason that ball was thrown into the ground is Fallon had the quarterback around the waist.
Didn't look like anybody even touched him or it came in free.
When you only have 4 down linemen and you've got 5 offensive linemen, there should be somebody there to block. There's a punt that's partially blocked. Gets across midfield, and Carter rather almost went in to cover it.
Thought better of it.
Ball go to the Hutchinson 41-yard line, so very short pick. Kick, and the Tigers will take over 1st and 10.
Adam Geary, number 11, was in Ward and blocked that kick, I believe.
Sauter brings him up. He's got Brinkmeyer flanked wide to the right. Handoff straight ahead, Henke, and he turns ahead for about 6 yards in there. Carries it, give him 5 yards out to 46, makes it 2nd and 5.
This is Henke's first extended duty on offense, Ward, as Carter has played that position the most of the year. Remember, Henke was out with a broken ankle early in the year, suffered in a hockey camp. Now he's back, and he's just starting to get his rhythm, and he'll learn to run under his pads possibly a little bit more. He's running a little upright, and we'll see what happens here as the game wears on.
Sauter handoff to Ziemer this time, and he rips ahead for 5 or 6 yards, gets it across midfield to the 49-yard line. That's a 1st and 10 for the Tigers. As they get another 1st down, they move across midfield. Sauter, under quarterback, brings Brinkmeyer back in motion, drops back to pass, looks over here on the right side. Oh, got Gallus wide open. Gallus inside the 10, the 5, and he scores as he gets in just inside the pylon there. Don, is very similar to a play we saw a couple, 3 weeks ago when Gallus scored, and he was that wide open that time also.
Well, the key there, Ward, is that the linemen have to give Sauter a chance to look the field over because he fakes it to 2 different backs crisscrossing in the backfield, and then he turns up, and by the time they did that, and of course Brian Brinkmeyer covered, at least 2 people went out there with him to cover him, and so that left the hole there, and Gallus was wide open. The race was on. It was just a question if he was going to make it, and he did. 49 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, the extra point kick once again, good by Henke. We don't have his numbers right in front of us. I believe he's missed 2
out of
on
20.
the season.
No, I think he'll continue that. So he's 20 out of 22. One was blocked, and an early one went wide right.
Ward Haugen here along with Don Hanson. The Tigers up 14-0 with 4:49 remaining in the first quarter. Henke gets another good kickoff, taken at about the 10, 12-yard line. And this time, big hit there by Prelowitz again, as he came up and laid the wood to the running back.
Wetzel,
is that who it was?
He's the one that made the first contact. He was getting hit in the way, and he really straightened him up. Boy, it's like he ran into a tree out there. So Wetzel is doing some great defensive work this year.
One of those deals, they call those a cleater.
Right.
You see the guy's cleats go up in the air, you got a good hit.
All right, so you can see Juffer in the middle, and he's had a lot of tackles. Got 2 tackles in there. You can see Wetzel on the near side next to Fallon, and Radloff on the other side of center, along with Koenig.
First and 10 from the 20-yard line, and the quarterback rolls out to his left, throws the ball long downfield, and it's complete. Great catch on that big pass. Incredible. 29-yard gain.
That was just a nice athletic play there. He was going full blast and had to dive for the ball. He did get behind Brian Brinkmeyer on that, something you very seldom see, but Prattville is considered one of the premier ends in the state if he can recover from severe knee surgery that he had, I believe, as a result of a basketball.
Yeah, he missed virtually the entire basketball season. We didn't see him in basketball last year. 31-yard gain on that completion. A little counter play and a trap. That's a lot of commotion in that offensive backfield. Picks up about 5 yards.
That was a good shot for the people to see how much a defender has to stay at home, because they sent the full one way and then brought the wingback back, and Fallon made a pretty decent play, but he got about, 5 yards?
5 or 6. Bring up 2nd and 4. Ball on the Tigers' 44-yard line. Hand off, and ball play is stacked up, and then a nice play by the running back there, I believe that's Stangler, as he bounces out to the outside. The Tigers stopped that play at the point of attack.
When he made a nice move to the outside, Brian Brinkmeyer had to bring him down, but not before he had gained the first down. It's very important that the Tigers hold here in this first quarter while they've got the wind, and see a light rain falling.
Stangler comes up, and this time he's pretty much met at the line of scrimmage, picks up perhaps a yard. Bottom of the pile, who is that now?
Trying ends, I believe. Yeah, Fallon. So, the Tigers have scored in their first 2 possessions, which is very important because they have to set the tone for this game, Ward, and they did it one by ground entirely, and then they set that ground attack in motion again and pulled up and threw the pass to Gallus, and in 2 series they scored in a total of about, I imagine it was only about 8 plays, and they had 2 touchdowns.
3rd and 9 here, the ball on the Tiger roll, call it the 33-yard line. To get to about the 24. Quarterback drops back to pass. Tigers got the big rush on, and it's a sack. Have to split that one between Fallon and Koenig. Big loss, about 9 yards. It'll bring up a big 3rd down play, about 3rd and 18.
Ends have been putting good pressure on the passer all year, Ward, and that time they got there about the same time, and the quarterback could not get rid of the ball.
Passing situation on this 3rd and long. Quarterback drops back to pass. That's Knight. Goes with a little screen pass over here to the left, and that's incomplete. Looks like the Tigers, Wetzel, or Jeffrey rather, had that one spelled out all the way. Punting situation for the Trojans. Low end over end punt. Ball taken by Prelowitz, and he's pretty much wrapped up as he only gets the ball out to about the 16 or 17-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers as their defense has held. They've held
Tigers for the first down.
Without a point here, and so far the Tigers lead it 17-0. Handoff, no, it's fake the handoff, the option play, and it's kind of bobbled a little bit, and then Ziemer is finally tackled, but not before he picks up a couple of yards. That play could have gone for a lot more yards if he handled the snap for the pitch better.
I think that possibly that's one of those places where Ziemer looked upfield and saw he had a lot of daylight ahead of him, and he was figuring where he was going to run with the ball and forgot to focus on the ball coming into his hands, and the pitch was all right in that case. It was just the fact that Ziemer happened to, he got a good bounce though.
Hand off to Henke, big hole up the middle behind the center, and he gets it out there across the 20.
Henke on the carry.
not sure what do we got.
5.
5 overall, 3rd and 3. Hand off this time to Zemer. Got a little bit of running room. Out across the 25 to about the 26 or 27. I believe this is a first down. And we'll have a timeout. Well, that's the end of the quarter.
First quarter. Well, we should give credit to number 65 on the Tiger offense, too. That's another new starter tonight, Ward. It's Jeremy Kosek, 6'2", junior, weighs 190 pounds, and he's in there playing along with Lang at the guards.
There's a handoff to Henke again. He's got a little bit of running room, and he gets out about a 9-yard gain there. Gets out across the 85-yard line to about the 36.
He's trying to get better timing as the year goes on. You can see the hole was there, and printed out for 9.
Henke, who this time met right in the hole. Good play by number 55, Jason Plakenpool, junior.
That was the leader there. Henke better get his head down on that one and beat that guy head on. The linebacker got him right in the chest.
3rd and 1. This time Zemer. That's a big hole, and then he's able to break a tackle and get it out close to midfield. Nice gain by Zemer, about a 12-yard gain.
Henke, the ball
That was
carrier.
Henke.
35.
Spangler, the first to get to it.
Now Henke goes to the sideline after that carry. That time he did break that tackle nicely.
He's going to break a lot of tackles as the year goes on. Of course, the Tigers lead 14-0 here. They're going into the wind, and they probably won't throw it as much this direction.
And off. Is it Carter this time?
I believe so. Gained about 3. 39.
Up to Carter on the carry. Gets a little breath.
Carter on the carry.
2nd and 8 for the Tigers.
Fucking ball on the stop.
43, that's Doug Hall comes into the game on offense, right? Plays 87.
Brent's Hall's going to come in and play again down here on the near side of the field. Standing position, Tigers got a plug over here on this side. And then Sauter rolls back to the right. He's got the completion to Carter. He's down across the 30, the 20, and finally brought down at about the 19-yard line. But a nice gain. Looks like about a 31-yard gain there for the Tigers on the completion. Sauter and Carter.
Well executed, and Sauter barely got that pass off. They let the, of course, on a screen, was kind of a semi-screen, wasn't it? Just get Carter out in the flat there. They let the offside end come in, and he came in so fast. So.
It's a good completion. It's raining pretty good at this point in the ball game. And that'd be the 20-yard line, I believe so.
Zemer on the carry.
And picks up about 6 yards.
And down to the 50.
Nagelbor, Nate Humper.
That's right.
Making that stop.
Across the 20 and the 50. Picked up 6 yards. Actually down to about the 14 yard line. Sauter brings him up. And off the second back, Zemer, and he's down inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. And about a 2-yard pickup. Bring up 3rd and short.
Good job of hanging on to the ball there because the lineman reached up and hooked him on the arm on the way by. It could have easily been a fumble.
3rd and 1. Tigers in that proverbial 4-down territory. And off to, I believe that was Henke. He's down very, very close to the end zone. There you see the official on your left marking it.
Henke on the carry.
Maybe 8 yards, about 1 yard short. They'll mark it down at the 1-yard line, where it'll be 1st and goal from the Tigers, for the Tigers. Great, making a couple of changes.
There again, as the season goes on, Ward, I think that Henke will lower his head at that man at the end zone there and drive him in. He kind of tried to push him in, and the guy was get under his shoulder pads a little bit and turn him over, and I think Josh will score on that play next time.
Sauter just goes on the quarterback sneak between left guard and left tackle. He's into the end zone. So with 7:35 left to go in the first half, the Tigers open up a 20-0 lead. And coming in to attempt the extra point will be Scott Henke.
nice to have a quarterback the size of Souter. He's 6'3", 190. So when he runs the quarterback sneak, there is some authority there, and it's not like a 5'9", 160-pounder in there. Corey Souter can run over people as well, besides being able to throw the ball, and has shown tonight that he can do a very good job with the pass.
Down to kept his third just a point and a half. Tigers taking control of this ball game. The kick is up and good. And we've got a 21-0 Tiger lead with 7:35 left to go in the half.
Tigers look very impressive, Lord. They're dominating the game on offense for sure, and outside of about that one long pass, New Prague has been very much stopped on defense as well, so an improved Tiger showing here.
Hinkie with fair kick gets it down to about the 20-yard line. And Stangler on the run, tries to evade a couple of tacklers, and nothing going on there, and he's finally brought down. Matt Reed on the tackle.
Wetzel as well.
Coach Stangler returning the kickoff.
Tried the old crisscross there, and it didn't fool many people.
Okay, let's see where they mark that ball. I believe it's going to come out to about the 22-yard line, where it'll be first and 10. Gary coming up and showing blitz over here. And a running play picks up 3 or 4 yards off to the 25, perhaps the 26-yard line. Carrying the ball that time was number 30, Diekelborn.
Diekelborn, the ball carrier.
Call it a second and 5.
Not sure Brian Backlund isn't playing much in this game either. He suffered a cut on his head, and he may be in there now at 74. Is that Backlund? Yeah, Brian Backlund on this series playing in place of Wetzel.
Second and 5. Quarterback sneak. And stopped for about a 3-yard gain there. Who made that tackle?
Would have been a bigger one, but
Nice keeping.
Jeffrey. The number, Jeffrey or Wetzel?
Jeffrey, 8'8".
A little slow getting up. Sometimes when you drag a player down like that, you get cleat in the stomach, and that'll take a little air out. 3rd and 2. And we've got a whistle. And it looks like there'll be a timeout called by the Trojans. Ready to get back underway now. They've got the play called. Back in motion, they throw it over there, and I don't know if he caught that or not.
I think he caught it, but he didn't get anything.
Okay, a pass completion for no yardage. So that'll bring up a 4th and 2 or 3, and another punting situation for the Trojans. Good snap, and the kick is up and away. Coming back deep to receive. This time the Tigers can't take it on the fly. Brickmeyer will try to return it. Gets it up the right sideline and out of bounds.
I don't know if that was a clip over there or not, Ward. Heck of a block if it wasn't. If he did get through with his head, he barely got his head in front of the carrier. See, did that come back or not?
Nope, ball's out on about the 35-yard line. Hand off to Hinkie, and he's met right in the hole. No gain.
Nose to nose again.
Hinkie, the ball
That was a
carrier.
single back offense that time, but
No
it looked to me like Hinkie may have been the only back there.
Well, Brian Brinkmeyer played several positions. We've seen him go in motion. I'm sure that Brian's going to have to learn to free himself on the line of scrimmage after his year that he's having. He's going to have to learn to get off the line of scrimmage because they'll be hitting him there. As you can see there, he's flanked to the outside. Possible passing situation.
So, drops back to pass, looks over, and get it out of the hands of Brian Brinkmeyer.
See him miss that very often, and he had some run room. Had he caught that, he might have broken free.
3rd and 10 for the Tigers. Straight ahead, no fumble, and the Tigers fortunate to recover. Not sure if that was going to be a reverse or
I think it
that
was.
was just a fake. The ball ended up on Zimmer's hip instead of the handoff, and it finally went to the ground.
He had some running room over there too, the way it looked, if that would have worked out. So Tigers have to be a little bit concerned. That's 2 fumbles they put on the ground in the first half. They've got a fortunate bounce twice, but against a team like Lakeville coming up this week, you lose that ball on any mistakes there. The Tigers are virtually going to have to play a perfect game.
So Brian Brinkmeyer back in the punt for the Tigers. their first punt of the game. Gets a snap, gets a kick away, end over end, and it was a fair catch back there. Apparently, didn't see much of a signal.
I didn't try and run. I was surprised afterwards. In fact, when the Tigers almost hit him, thing.
Handoff inside. Ball was mishandled a little bit. Finally coming out there, I believe that was Stangler again, 32, carrying the ball. Catch the tackle down.
Yeah, Prelowitz and Jumper. One thing we should have noted when we were on offense there, that second pass, no, that was only the one touchdown. No, 2 touchdown passes first half, right? There was, no, there was just 1 touchdown. That puts him within 1 of Billy Tapper's record set in 1969 of 13 touchdown passes. Southern now has 12 touchdown passes this season.
Pass it down here, and it's intercepted by the Tigers. I believe that's Prelowitz on the interception. He's
Go all the way.
The 30, the 20, the 10, and run out of bounds in the neighborhood of the 5-yard line. That was an awful pass. Prelowitz had the short coverage, and the ball came right to him.
Well, on that play, one official in a white hat come over, and Prelowitz, mad that he was knocked out of bounds, kind of threw the ball down, and they called him for spiking the ball there, Ward, and that's a 15-yard penalty. So instead of having it on the 2-yard line or 4-yard line, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. It didn't look like it was a real severe spike, but he fired it to the ground, not in celebration, but I think in disgust. So the ball is out. It's a 10-yard penalty, and it takes, 15-yard penalty all the way out to the 17-yard line.
Play of the game or unsportsmanlike conduct? Probably unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So
that's a dead ball foul, too, so well, it doesn't make any difference there on the 2 anyway. So
the Tigers, well, they're going to talk about this a little more, perhaps.
The foul call goes against the Tigers.
Okay, dead ball foul.
They will have a first down.
Just first and goal
at the 17.
Brinkmeyer's got some running room over there on the far side. He's inside the 10 to the 5, and he gets all that yardage back.
But holding penalty on the Tigers again. Not sure who they got for holding there, but there's a yellow flag, as you can see. So twice the Tigers have had the ball down inside the 10, probably inside the 5, with a chance to score, and they are kind of self-destroying here on this play. And the series, I'm sure Coach Rosberg is going to tell some people about that again, when you get the opportunity, that you don't want to blow it. So now instead of having it 1st and 2, it's going to be second rather, and would have been back to the 15-25 now, by 1st and 27.
First and goal at the 25-yard line. So Sauter, perhaps a passing situation here. Brings Brinkmeyer in motion. Almost a motion penalty on the Tigers. Sauter looks down the field, across the middle. Gallus was open, but a nice play by the defensive back as he came across and was able to knock that pass down.
I think Corey that time tried to guide that ball in there. He could see that he was breaking free, and he didn't zing it like he usually does in that situation. So probably had that to go over, do a little differently.
This time, a little fade pattern over here, and Brinkmeyer caught it, but he's out of bounds.
Great defense by New Prague there, one-on-one, number 10, Cohen, is that his name? Kavanaugh.
Brinkmeyer out of bounds.
And you see that he did not give him the field board. He held him right to the sideline. Brinkmeyer made a nice catch, but Kavanaugh wasn't worried because he knew if he went up to get that ball, he would be out of bounds.
Not pass interference, he just kind of shuffled him out of bounds.
Made him run out there.
So that brings 3rd and goal from the 25. Tried across the middle, and again, incomplete. Try that slant pattern. Brinkmeyer had it in his hands, and one of the defensive backs came up and really popped it.
Couldn't put it away.
Didn't have time to get it put away. And that'll bring up a 4th down, but before we try this 4th down play, the Tigers call a timeout. Sauter looks up, drops back to pass, looks a little screen pass over here, nothing going on here, perhaps a loss of 3 or 4 yards, as Gallus was tackled really in the backfield.
34, Nate Humper.
So the Prague takes over. out to about the 31 or 32-yard line.
Bro, what's some good defense?
All 4 yards, we'll call it.
Pass complete to Credible.
Allen had good pressure again.
Time winding down here in the first half. The Tigers lead it 21-0. Second and about 6. They're going to pass. Tigers got the big rush on, and looks like number 14 for the Tigers comes up with a big sack once again. And that, of course, is David Koenig.
Koenig on the tackle.
Koenig with perhaps he's got one sack on his own and another one where he paired up with the other defensive end over there. And the injured player on the play is the quarterback for the New Prague Trojans, Dave Knight. As he comes out, bring up third, very long. We're very, very near the end of the first half here. So hopefully Knight, if they're not injured too badly, will get a chance to come back in the ball game. Draw play, got a little bit of running room here. As coming up and making the tackle finally for the Tigers is number 22, Chad Newman. He came up and met him and stopped him short of the first down. But I believe time is going to run out here before we can get anything else done.
Nice draw play. Tigers called timeout. They want New Prague to have the punt, which they'll have to. Now they'll try and put the block on the board.
Tigers forced the punt. Prague able to get it away. Back to receive is Brinkmeyer. And he just runs it to the right sideline. That'll give the Tigers. Oh, Brinkmeyer goes down on the track out there. Pops right back up.
Nice field, New Prague. Beautiful place. They have a little better seating, but
still go through all that commotion to run the fullback off tackle.
well, they tried to block it though. They failed at that. They could have got a block on that play, maybe. You can see Lang in there. He's still playing, and Salmon's in there, and Callis is in there, and the lineman 50 is Kosek. Cornell rather, and I believe the other guard over there is Jeremy Kosek. But Tigers did make quite a few changes in this game, Ward. Evidently, Coach Rosberg and the other part of the staff were not real satisfied with some of the defensive and offensive play. I know that they are going to have to work on staying with the blocks a little longer, and they seem to be doing that tonight. They've moved the ball on the ground much better than they did against Northfield. Of course, Northfield had a very fine defensive team, and their linebackers were outstanding. So Tigers lead here at New Prague, 21-0, and a little surprise.
Well, Don, we're back here at the start of the second half. The Tigers leading it 21-0 as they scored, I believe, on their first 3 possessions. Going to go down, score and score and score. Jumped out to a 21-0 lead, and the defense is pitching a shutout. Coming back, they gave up 5 touchdowns last week, so this has to be encouraging to the coaching staff.
Got Mark Strom for HCBN doing the video work at New Prague here and providing a good picture on not a bad evening. Little rain, but now it looks like it's stopped. So
Tigers taking the kickoff at about the 10-yard line out to the 20-25. Ziegler still on his feet, finally dragged down at about the 26-yard line. So about a 16-yard return on that kickoff. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
Zimmer not real fast, as you can see there, but he's got 2 things going for him. Number 1, he runs faster once he gets in traffic, and had a tough time catching there. The second thing, he's very elusive too. They'll hit him and he'll bounce off it.
So the Tigers come up here. 1st and 10. Looks like New Prague don't quite have the right people in the game. Oh, Sauter. Looks like they mishandled that ball a little bit. It was going to be an option play. They had some running room, but again, they couldn't quite handle it.
Well, Corey's just had a little trouble tonight focusing possibly on his handoff. Sometimes that happens. I don't think the ball was wet that much. It's possibly just the fact that he was making the decision and not really concentrating on putting the ball into the stomach of the faker and then pulling it out and pitching it. But that's 3 times it's been on the ground. Tigers recovered all 3 times.
Yeah, Zimmer over here has
nice
got some running room. He's going to go all the way. Well, perhaps not. but you saw a player go down right behind him, and there's a flag back there. Zemer goes 70-some yards for an apparent touchdown, but I'm afraid this one is going to come back as you saw the...
It was obvious. It was a clip. Whoever the player was for Hutch came over there and was trailing the play, too. That's the bad part about it, that it was not a part of the play that was needed. Zemer had already left the guy and was cutting back upfield. Of course, one of the Tigers hustling over there to help out and got there a little bit late and ran into the back of the guy. I'm not even sure he meant to, but the guy turned and he smacked him in the back. And Zemer loses a 78-yarder, and he'll get credit for part of that run, but the ball comes all the way back to
44-yard line, I believe, 43-yard line. But it is a first down.
And it amounts to a 57-yard penalty. Tigers can't make those mistakes against the #1 rated Lakeville team, the leader in the conference at 6-0. Tigers would have to win that game against Lakeville this week to tie for the conference championship.
First and 10 for the Tigers from their own 43-yard line. And off to Zemer. A little bit of running room, and then what looked to be perhaps a bigger play than it turned out. Still a 5-yard gain for the Tigers.
Pursuit on the part of Prague. They seem to be sitting in there with a 6-man line, Ward, as you can see. They're daring the Tigers to throw it right now. They know that Coach Rosberg will try and sit a little bit on this league, although here comes a pass.
Shoots it over here to the left side. Had a man wide open, and it's complete. Wide open over here was Tony Fransky.
He's got it out front of him too much. You'll have to throw it right to Tony rather than make him stretch that last couple yards.
See if we go for the pass again. Sauter drops back. Over on the far sideline and in and out of the hands of Josh Henke over along that far sideline, so that'll bring up a punting situation for the Tigers.
Tiger fullbacks have to be able to handle that ball on that little short drag pattern. That's been one of the top plays for Hutchinson. Brady Rosberg likes to use that one, of course. And remember, Lenz going down the sidelines many times using that, and scoring on it back here in '84. And once he got ahead of steam up,
Big horse get the ball with a full head of steam.
Yeah, right. I think there were a few guys that ducked out of the way rather than take him on head on, but he loved to run that little out pattern from the fullback position.
Brickmeyer back to punt for the Tigers. Bit of a high looping pass. Almost blocked.
Got a hand on it.
Might have even got a hand on it, but it gets a good bounce, and it bounces out of bounds pretty much right at the 20-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for the Trojans.
So the Tigers forced to punt on their first possession.
Quarterback back in the ball game, looks down across the middle, and nice job there breaking that up. They were looking for, I believe that's Prattville, isn't it?
Yep, Ball did a great job there.
Pass intended for
Ball got all over him as the ball got there and forced that in
Rudolph and Hall.
Good pass defense. Tiger defense doing an excellent job there. Brings up a second and 10. Keep an eye on the wing back over here. It's a reverse, and he's going to scoot down the far sideline and picks up the first down, gets across it from 31 to about the 32-yard line. As Scott O'Neill, junior, 5'9" junior, carried the ball there. I believe that's his first carry of the game.
11 yards and the first down on the play there. Knight's back in there, Ward. You just said that. Number 4.
Senior quarterback. Fakes the handoff, looks downfield, and a completion. See who caught that one. That is number 80. That's, I believe, is another end we were talking about, Tom Tukey.
Nice
6'2", 218-pound junior.
Doug Hall on the coverage.
Doug Hall made the tackle. The 3rd and 1 is going to be just a little short, as you can see there. Only about a foot to go for a first down. Hall was able to drag down Tukey 218. Hall's about 160, but he flung him to the ground and prevented that first down. It looked like he had some yardage ahead of him.
Second and short. Motion across behind the quarterback, and a little draw play. And he had the first down and then stepped back away from the tackle and gave it up. Finally losing a yard on the play was Stanley. Well, that's a cardinal sin there. You had that first down if you just lunged forward.
The primary
And instead he tried to sidestep a tackle and
Carter
went
also
backwards
in the play
and
for the
cost his
Tigers.
team a first down.
Not sure if that was Prelwitz that was in on that play. He would have had to come all the way across the field, so I doubt if that was him. Might have been Koenig, I'm not sure.
Koenig and Rudolph. Third and about 2. Across the backfield again. Quarterback sneak and picking up the first down is Knight. Had a little running room there on that play.
Found a little gap in there.
Nice keeping.
We'll try and catch who's playing on defense for the Tigers in the line. You see Backlund's back in there on this series, 74. Radloff's still playing at one tackle. And the ends will be the same. Fallon.
Pass across the middle. Brinkmeyer with another interception. Boy, talk about a player who's got a knack for being around the football.
6 and 6 games, Ward.
He's won a game. Every game he's had one.
Brian Brinkmeyer on the interception.
Tie him with
Tie him or is he within one? I'm not sure what
that ties him for the school record. He had one last week and another one this week. He had 9 coming into the season. He's got 6 more this season, so that's 15 for the career.
He's either got 8 or 9 pass receptions. I think it's 8. The paper says 9. That's a lot of pass receptions for a high school kid.
Sauter spins away from the rush and tries to get the ball over to Brian Brinkmeyer. He does very close coverage and wasn't able to come up with the ball. Incomplete pass.
That was Scott Amo in on the tackle there, number 20, and he had fouled Brinkmeyer across the field and actually made a pretty nice play on Brian. Brian's certainly a marked man, as you can see, Ward. I'm sure every time he goes in motion or every time he lines up, they're yelling where he's lined up. Now this time he's kind of out on a split back there.
2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Ball on about the New Prague 26-yard line. Ooh, fumble and then kicked ahead, and let's see who's got it.
Prague, I think.
No, we don't signal it the other way. It looks like perhaps 76 there for the Tigers on the ball.
And Sandelman.
I believe so. I think that's who came up with it. It was either Sandelman or Ziemer picking up his own fumble. Sauter comes in from the sideline.
Tigers, that's the 4th fumble on the ground, and so far they've lost none, Ward, so it's been kind of a fortunate night that way for the Tigers as well. They'll try and protect a lot better as they play out their last 2 regular season games.
Actually pick up a couple of yards on that fumble. There's Ziemer. He's got a little running room on the far side. Cut back, and he's crossed the 15. Down to about the 14-yard line, but he picks up a first down. We'll mark him out of bounds now right at the 15.
First down, though. See Ziemer on that one. He could have gone outside. He opted to come inside. The flow was away from him. His blockers were able to push the people out, and he was able to cut inside. Nice run by Ziemer.
First and 10 for the Tigers.
Gretzky, Sandelman, Lang, Cornell on the left side of your screen, and Sauter comes up right side. They've been opening some good holes.
And out to Ziemer, and boom, he's met in the backfield. That looked like a blitz coming out of either a linebacker or cornerback position. There's number 34 for Pumper again. I think that's the 2nd time we've called this game on a big stop.
5'8", 193, inside linebacker.
Ziemer drops back to Sauter, drops back to pass, and incomplete as he tried to get that ball to who? Probably Brinkmeyer, number 1.
Yeah, Brinkmeyer and Gallus were both there. In fact, they were too close, I think, on that pass route. Somebody must have run the wrong route, but very seldom you put 2 people unless it's a crossing pattern. They try and maybe pick somebody off down there, which I doubt they do on high school level that much. It's illegal to get caught, too.
But, that was real deep to run across 15 yards down the field. 3rd and 10 for the Tigers. 2 receivers flank wide to the left. Ziemer and Brinkmeyer. Sauter drops back to pass. He goes the other way. Nice catch and a touchdown for the Tigers. Is that Brinkmeyer?
Yep.
Okay, Brian Brinkmeyer with his first catch of the game and another touchdown for Brian.
That ties the school record, Ward. 13 touchdown passes already for Corey Sauter Jr. After 6 games, he's thrown those 13. Ties a record set in 1969 by Billy Tapper. And so whoever said the Tigers don't throw the ball much are mistaken this year because, 13 touchdowns has to rank right up there in the state leaders, I'm sure.
And once again, Scott Hinkie in to attempt the extra point, kicking into a win right now. Kick is up, and as you can see, it doesn't go quite so deep, but it's right through the middle.
Yeah, right. A little favored the right side that time, but maybe the wind was blowing that way, and he put it out there and let the wind float it in. So the Tigers take a commanding 28-0 lead here in the third quarter. And actually, Ward, they could have had 2 more touchdowns. One was called back, and once they were down to the 2-yard line, so that could be really another 14 points. It could be 42-0 at the time.
Could very easily. Penalties, again, have been costly to the Tigers.
Cost 2 touchdowns.
Major penalties have cost them 2 touchdowns. Hinkie ready to kick off for the Tigers. Said about 5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. The Tigers with a commanding 28-0 lead.
Squibb this one, yeah, into the wind, kind of pooches it.
Picked up at, they get down to the 20-yard line though before it's picked up, and the Tigers come up, and I hope the Tigers come in to make the tackle at about the 26 or 28-yard line. Going to be first and 10 for the Be Brave Trojans.
Notice that Mark Reed, Matt Reed rather, number 99 is in on a lot of those special team tackles. He's a 5'9" junior, 160-pound linebacker, have played defensive end sometime, and got Backlund back in there this time again, number 74, getting him involved in the game, and got Wetzel. Maybe they're resting him though. He's got a little bum. He's got a Charlie horse board, and try and get him out of there if they don't need him, I suppose.
Handoff, pick up of about 5. Didn't see who was carrying the ball that time.
Geico bore the ball carrier.
Still don't see that number.
Jeremy Carter.
About a 5-yard gain. Second and 5.
Prague with the win now. They'll try and put the ball up possibly here.
Drops back to pass, looks over the right side. Ooh, Tupi just dropped that one. Got it right between the 8 and the 0.
For Tupi,
and hit him there. Boy, he's a big kid though. He's, what is he, 6? Tupi, junior, 6'2", 218.
Back goes in motion. Don't ever see much of that motion. Draw play. And running back kind of loses his footing a little bit there. I believe carrying the ball is number 3 there, Oscar. I don't recall seeing him in that offensive backfield prior to this, Don.
I'm sure they're trying some little deception. Actually, sophomore Dan Radloff was in there that time and made that play as he ran by him, and then he was able to recover and come back and make the tackle short of a first down.
There's a punt, and the Tigers mishandle a little bit. Was that Krelowitz, I believe, handled that ball, had a little trouble with it, and just went down, so the Tigers will take over, I believe, on their own 31-yard line.
Little running room for him there on that play as well. So.
First and 10 for the Tigers. Delay here, the officials time out while they adjust their equipment. Now we're ready to get back underway. Sauter brings them up. Additional high formation, hand off to Hinkie, I believe that was carrying the ball. He stopped for little or no gain.
Hinkie's going to carry the ball in this game. He'll get over the 70-yard rushing mark, I believe, in about 16 carries for his first extended use at that fullback. Like I said, I think he'll be running harder and better timing. Maybe that could be causing a little problem between he and Sauter too, as Sauter's handing it to a new fullback tonight after handing it to Carter all year. It's just a little different, you know, and so that could be one of the explanations of the 3 or 4 fumbles the Tigers have had in the backfield.
Second and 8. Sauter drops back, he lopes downfield and unable to get to it. I think that's Brinkmeyer over there, yep. Just a fly pattern.
Yeah. They just force him to the outside, the same guy, number 10, Jim Cavanaugh, senior 6'1" defender.
Make the handoff one way, and they go to Zimmer across the way, and he stopped for little or no gain, perhaps lost a yard or 2. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
Tigers did not get the blocks on that one. That play was slow developing from the beginning. It didn't look right, and Zimmer had nowhere to go whatsoever, and the block never materialized. The push him out. That's where he cut it up the last time. At this time, there was a linebacker in there, and he had to take it outside and gained, lost about 4 or 5 yards on the play. So Tigers punting more in this half, but they've got a 28-0 lead.
Brinkmeyer back to punt for the Tigers. Center, a little better protection that time, gets it away easily. Take it back there at about the 33-yard line and racing up the far sideline. This could go, no, Brinkmeyer runs him out of bounds, but a good return there by number 20, Scott Ionell, with a good punt return.
In front of the Tiger bench, I'm sure they could see that one going all the way. 20's got a few quicks too, and he went down that sideline, and I thought he was gone. The only person between he and the goal line was Brian Brinkmeyer, and he pushed him out of bounds. What is that on about? The
33-yard line, I believe they're trying to mark it. First and 10. So, Prague, I believe, their best scoring opportunity in the ball game. And good play there by 88 for the Tigers. And that's Jeffer, I believe.
That 58 was on the bottom of the pile.
It's Redloff, isn't it? Oh, another quick play here.
Cratchville, I think, maybe. No, 32. Running back.
Stangler, I believe. Completion, just a 3-yard gain. Now to bring up third.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7.
Just inside the 30.
Wetzel back in there at the right tackle, and Radloff played the whole way at left tackle. Sophomore getting stays real low as in stance, as you see on the right-hand side of the screen there.
Over here, and the Tigers deflect that one. It was a jump ball, and usually Cradaville will come down with those, but he wasn't able to this time. Good defense by the Tigers.
That was Jumper, kind of hit him on the headgear. I thought Brinkmeyer had a chance to intercept that one. He was trying to get his hands over it, couldn't quite reach the ball.
4th down play. Back goes in motion. Roll left. Tigers get pretty good pressure and just a lot of commotion. I'm not even sure who that was intended for. There were 3 receivers over there. I think perhaps number 3 or Cradaville 90. One of those 2 is the intended receiver.
Brian Brinkmeyer again, I think, broke that up for it as he's got a sense of the ball, and especially those situations, he was able to pick out the receiver and got over and broke that one up.
So, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. They take over on downs with their own 29-yard line as the defense playing an outstanding ball game. Handoff, second back, Zemer, he's across the 30 up to about the 33 where it'll be 2nd down.
Zemer on the carry.
And I believe that's going to be the end of the quarter also, as you see the Tigers holding up those 4 fingers indicating the 4th quarter. So the Tigers with a shutout through 3 quarters of the ball game. They're ready to get the 4th quarter underway with the Tigers leading 28-0.
I always wonder why they did that, but North Dakota State does have 4, and that means the 4th quarter belongs to you. You're going to go out and take it to them in the 4th quarter. So like you look forward to the 4th quarter. We're really going to show you something right now.
So 1st and 10, or 2nd down rather, 2nd and about 6 for the Tigers. Handoff, no, they take the handoff, pitch out over here to Zemer, got a little bit of running room, and he's out run out of bounds, but not before he picks up 9 yards and a 1st down.
Zemer on the carry.
Kind of a nice fake there by Sauter to Henke going in the line. He was tackled, then they almost got Sauter, and at the last minute he was able to make a good pitch in this case. Zemer concentrated on the ball and carried the ball for 9, like you say, Ward, and brings up the 2nd and 1.
Long 2.
Looks like 3rd down over there on the far side. It's a handoff, Zemer with some running room, and he gets the 1st down this time. About a 9-yard gain on the 3rd.
Zemer on the carry.
3rd and 2. So the Tigers pick up another 1st down.
Pumper on the tackle.
Got a pretty good rushing series going here.
The running time off the clock, which is important too when you got a 28-0 lead.
Sauter looking for more though. Downfield he goes, and this time he just overthrows everybody and throws the incompletion.
Probably looked at his crossing patterns there. His receivers running shorter patterns than that. probably were tied up in there. He had Brinkmeyer and Gallus and one other receiver deep, and he decided that he just unload it and throw it over everybody's head.
Sauter brings him up again, 2nd and 10. Hand off inside, and I believe that was Zemer once again. Good fake that time to him.
Zemer on the carry, pluck and pull.
Doug Hall in there playing a little offense again, and playing probably at blocking end, I would say, one of the ends, or he might even be in the backfield.
We'll bring up 3rd and 8.
We'll have to watch where he lines up this time.
3rd down for the Tigers, 3rd and 8. Incompletion at just a 2-yard gain that time. Big eye formation. Take the handoff, got an option, and Sauter with a pitch over here, and that's one maybe he should have hung on to. As the Tigers lose the ball on the fumble.
First run and 5. That time Sauter had a guy draped all over him, and he tried to get it out to Zemer. Zemer was well covered on the pitch too. He wouldn't have made any yardage, but that's probably one that the coaches are going to say, take it, take the loss. Don't worry about getting the ball out to when somebody's hanging on your arm and leg.
1st and 10 for the Trojans on about the Tiger 42-yard line. Good field position once again. Quarterback Knight rolling off to the right here, pulls up, throws it down the middle, and a completion to Prattville after it was deflected by, I believe,
30.
Or 30.
30 deflected it, 90 caught it. 30 is Dyko or
Knight's pass,
fullback.
Paul Prattville.
Big break that time for the Trojans. That ball could have easily been intercepted, but Prattville comes up with it.
Trojans with a 1st and 10 inside the
1st
31.
and 10 for the Trojans on about the Tiger 31-yard line. Hand off inside, and coming up and making a good tackle was number 40 for the Tigers, Jason Rudolph.
What is Rudolph's size?
On the carry.
Well, they show him here at about 5'11", 160. He came up, met that ball, met the play, stopped it for about a short gain, about 3 yards. Again, Knight back to pass, pumps once and looks downfield and broken up nicely down there. Can't see who that is. Hall on the coverage. Pass was intended for one of the tight ends.
Pass
number
intended
83.
for Scott Coleman, falls incomplete.
Scott Coleman, 6'3", 175 pounds. Good
down.
size at their ends.
Well, one thing, the Tigers are playing better pass defense, where they have given up a lot of yardage this year, even with their experienced defenders. Tonight, outside of that great catch by Prattville, they've been, and then a lucky one that they caught, it bounced off of one guy. The Tigers have played real solid pass defense.
Once again, Knight drops back to path. Ooh, incomplete. I tell you, Koenig had the big rush coming in there. They went to Prattville and needing Prattville.
Encroachment against the Trojans will make it 1st and 5. Ball on the 33. Henke, Paul Prattville on the stop. Loss of about a yard brings up 2nd and 6. Zemer on the carry. Andy Bisek and Nate Pumper making the stop. Loss on the play. We'll make it 3rd and 7. Pass falls incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Simon Kalla with the fair catch at the 41. Or the Trojans will put it in play 1st and 10. Decent pass completes to Credeville. Brinkmeyer on the tackle. The break with a 1st down. Just outside the 48. Stika on the carry. Lance Juffer and Matt Reed making the stop. That'll bring up 2nd and 5. Joe Dunn, the ball carrier. Juper, Fallon, and Koenig teaming up to make that tackle. 3rd and a long 1. Pass intended for Joe Dunn falls incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Geeson keeping. But short of the 1st down. Tigers will take over 1st and 10 near their own 40. Hinkie on the carry, Ryan Rauschke on the stop. Henke again on the carry. Brownski leading the tacklers for the Trojans. We'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Henke, the ball carrier. Henke, the ball carrier. Brownski and O'Neill making the tackle. 3rd and 8. Henke on the carry. Stika tripping him up. Eichen on the carry. Rauschke on the stop. Not enough for the first down. Trojans will take over. 1st and 10. Near their own 28. Stika, the ball carrier. No gain on the short gain on the play. Call it 2nd and 9. Jamie Fallon on the stop. Pass complete to Brent Hendry. And that's the end of the game with the final score. The Tigers 28, the Trojans nothing. We thank you for your attendance this evening. Remind you that next week is homecoming here. Trojans will then finish their season on the road playing Holy Angels the following Wednesday. We hope to see you here next week for homecoming. Travel safely as you go home tonight, folks.
Will feature Burnsville standout Jim Bean. We'll follow a Bean with a beam, as in Adam Bean, the touchdown machine, leading Atwater to a banner season. We'll honor our Team of the Week from Hutchinson. And we'll talk with sports analyst Greg Sulkowski on the mental side of sport. All that ahead on Prep Sports Weekly. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Prep Sports Weekly. I'm Mike Max. It is a football-packed edition of the show, or more specifically, a running back-packed edition. Now, the best in the lot may be St. Paul Johnson's Tommy Reynolds. We featured him before a little bit last year. We've talked about him before. He's the hottest recruit in the state this year, and so far he's been unbelievable.
I hit the holes pretty hard. Just reacting on instincts, and that pretty much lead me right away.
He might bust it, he might get 2 yards, he might lose 5, or he might go 80.
Tommy Reynolds is a star by high school standards, but he's also respectful of his teammates.
I just think positive about everything, and then me and the team, we sit down, we talk. You know, we all have a team meeting like once a month or so to see who has problems. You know, we sit down and talk to the coaches.
Many people wonder if next year Tommy Reynolds will play his home games here at the Metrodome as a member of the Minnesota Gophers. But as of right now, Reynolds is not that interested, because in his mind, the Gophers are not that interested.
I'm not saying no to no schools right now, but they don't seem to be persistent. Or don't seem like they really want me there.
What about colleges so far that you've heard from? Who do you like of the group?
Well, right now I'd say some of the ones would be Michigan State, Wisconsin, Nebraska, Syracuse, Northwestern, and Ohio State, and UCLA, USC. Those are just a couple that I'm interested in.
Whoever lands the quality running back also gets a quality young man.
He's just a great kid. We just, love working with him. He's a hard worker, great around the other kids, so it's been a real pleasure.
Now it's the time of year heading towards playoffs. You suffered a loss last week, but it's been a good season so far. How far does Tommy Reynolds see this team going?
We're gonna go all the way. We're gonna go all the way. You know, maybe we needed that loss to wake us up, because sometimes if you think you go too far, you might get a little cocky, but I think this might have brought us back down to reality. So I think we all know what we need to do, and we saw our mistakes, so we're going to make sure we be ready. And like we told Creek, we're going to beat them again.
You're unbelievable.
Tommy Reynolds, and if it's any consolation, it might be too late, but my sources tell me the Gopher coaching staff had a meeting, and they will pursue Reynolds much harder than they have so far. Just hope they're not too late if you're a Gopher fan. Well, there's another running back who's leading the #1 rated team in the state. Actually, he's just one of many weapons offered by the Burnsville Blaze. His name is Jim Bean.